Hi, I'm Cinda Sales, and welcome to this episode of Cinda Tells TV. You know, as broker-owner of the Cinda Sales Real Estate Group and over 20 years of experience, I've helped thousands of people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. So as you watch this informational video, if you find that you have more questions or you'd like a personal consultation regarding your real estate needs, please call me at 816-600-7355 and I will be happy to help you. So now, let's take a look.
And Britain, know this, that when we signed our buyer agency, or when we sign our buyer agency, I represent you. I'm fiduciary to you. So your interests are my interest. I'm going to negotiate on your behalf and make your best deal. And if it is walking away and that's our best course of action, your best course of action, then that's what we'll do. You have no fear there to worry about
so
that.
I'm not tied into anything.
I mean, that's kind of how things are set up in our state statutes with buyer agency, seller agency. The seller the seller's agent represents the seller. They negotiate on behalf of them, and I, as the buyer's agent, represent you.
Okay. I feel better about that.
Now, I do want to talk just a little bit further about foreclosures, because we will look at some foreclosures. And most of the foreclosures out there that we're going to look at, they allow you to do inspections, but you will purchase the house as is. You cannot ask for repairs. So just know that, I know you mentioned about the roof just now, so just know that if we think that that's going to be a problem, and typically if we see a roof that we think is in really bad condition, I'm not a roofer, but sometimes it's pretty easy to tell if it's, 100 years old and it's not going to fly, then it may be something that we don't even want to bother making an offer on.
Okay.
But the trade-off for that is that you're going to get the house at a really good price, and we're going to make sure of that. We're going to make sure that just because it's a foreclosed property that you're not paying too much for it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, any other questions on that?
No.
There was just one more thing, Britton, that I wanted to discuss with you, and that was when you spoke with the lender earlier, we talked about closing costs.
Yes.
And she told you that it was probably going to be about $3,500 to $4,000 for closing costs. Now, I know you didn't have that much money. You weren't planning on spending that much money, because I know you're going to put 3.5% down for your down payment. And I just wanted to let you know that we can ask for those for the seller to pay those closing costs. Now, will they always? No, but most times they will do that.
Okay.
And then the other thing was just in closing up with this, you don't have to fear about anything, because I'm going to take you through this process. I know you're a first-time buyer, but I have a lot of experience. I've worked with a lot of buyers over the years, and I'm hoping that it's going to really be a happy process for you. Once we've settled everything and gone through this entire thing and we get to the close day, we'll make an appointment with the title company. You'll sit down, you'll sign a whole lot of papers that are basically going to state to the bank you promise to pay back the money. At that time, you're going to bring your 3.5% in for your down payment in a certified check. And then once we've closed and we have a possession as funding and the seller gets their money, you get to move.
That is my house.
It's your house,
All right.
and you get to move.
Okay.
So
That's exciting.
yeah, it is. So do you have any other questions?
Well, I actually do have one last question,
Sure.
and I probably should have asked the lender, but here it is, and hopefully you know the answer. And that is I got kind of confused with the process of, I have a pre-approval, as you said, for the $150,000, but he said that's all in condition of paperwork and so on. And so How does that actually work?
And yes, that's such a great question. Well, the pre-approval process is just really what it says, pre-approval. So what they've done is, again, they pulled your credit report, they pulled your income to debt to find out where that stands. But typically it takes about 30 to 45 days to close on a home. And through that process, they want to make sure that nothing changes. So your job doesn't go away, or you buy a bunch of furniture, which you don't go out and buy a bunch of furniture, and then your credit goes sky high because you've put all this money on your credit card, and now you can't qualify for the loan. So they track what goes during that period of time. Plus, they have underwriting stipulations, and part of that is that appraisal, the values, different things like that. So what happens is, at the very end of this whole process, which is probably about between the 30 and 45 days, They actually give you a loan commitment, which means now they've guaranteed that they're going to give you that loan.
Okay.
So that's the difference there.
Okay,
and
makes
that really
sense.
typically happens at the very, very end. They will rerun your credit the day before closing. They will go back through everything to make sure that nothing has changed.
Well, boy, that opens up the door for another question.
Oh.
If they keep rerunning my credit, is that going to hurt my credit score?
No,
Okay.
because those are called soft pulls, and they're not like pulling to apply for a loan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that makes
Yep.
sense. I feel better about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Sound
Thank you.
good? Okay,
Yep.
you're welcome. Now let's get busy and go find you a house.
Yay!
Yay!